Strat-O-Matic Excel Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Troll.
(1973 to 1976). Welcome back, baseball fans, to 1973-76 Carryover League. We have a series in the American League North between the Tigers and the Expos. And let's just show you what's taken place thus far. Well, before we do that, I guess I really should show you what the needs are for the teams going into this series. So, this is Boston and Baltimore have already played. Baltimore took care of the Red Sox 4-1, and they're in control of the East. Nothing's clinched; they're just in control of it. Burlington and the Tigers. Tigers, see the +3? That means they beat the Expos 4-1 first time they met. And they have home field, which means the Expos had home field in losing 4 of 5. Not a good development either. And the Expos are a game back. All of that math means the Expos need to win 4 of the 7 games to force a tie-breaking game 8. And they have to win that. So they have to win 5 of 8. The minute the Tigers win 4 games, we stop playing baseball, if that were to happen. Game 1, Steve Renko for the Expos, Mark Friedrich for the Tigers, and oh my goodness, what is happening here? The Detroit Tigers. You thought the 68 Tigers were good, folks? Heck, the 68 Tigers and Gates Brown and all those dudes. What do we have here? We have a Willie Horton Grand Slam here. We have a Bill Freehan Grand Slam there. The Tigers scored 16 runs on 18 hits, walked 12 times, reached base 28 times in 9 innings, and shut out the Expos, who had 3 singles and 3 walks. 16-0. This is sort of like, almost like the, what was that, that 73-0 NFL game? The 1940 Chicago Bears, I think, had all-time scoring record. No, it's not the all-time scoring record, but what a disparity of offense! Just a soul-crushing defeat to the Expos, who, if this isn't rock bottom for a team who was in first place midway through, like late mid-May, early June, they were in first place in this division. They lost an interleague series to the Cubs. They weren't very good. They lost 4 out of 5 to the Tigers. They lost this. Oh boy, can they right their ship? Game number 2. In game 2, it's Steve Rogers versus Mickey Lolich. This is a good game. Good pitcher's game. Norm Cash RBI single in the first. Ron Hunt sac fly in the third. We're tied. Stays away to the 7th. Larry Parrish gets start versus a lefty. Triples, scores an Elise Stanton single. And then in the 8th inning, a 2-run homer by Bob Bailey off of Lolich to chase him. Rogers goes 8. All-star closer Dale Murray gets a save. Expos tie a series a game apiece. They win 4-1. So, now they have home field. Can they take advantage of home field, Expos? Can they make a run after their recent fade? Well, game 3, it's set up for them. It's Gary Gentry versus Dave McNally, advantage Expos. But sometimes, beyond all the other aspects of the Tigers, they're kind of lucky, too. They have been a lucky baseball team in Strat for a long period of time. Maybe it's not so much luck, but it's so much of a feeling that, they're gonna get a break here. They never really press for what they get in Strat. You never see the Tigers really swerve out of the lane trying to figure stuff out. You get RBI double in the first. Expos tie it in the bottom half. Al Kaline RBI single in the third. Expos tie it on the bases with a walk in the bottom of the fourth. 2-2 in the sixth. You get a walk single after 2 outs. Ground ball to the 2 shortstop, Kelleher, who hit below the Mendoza line. We don't care what he hits. He's a 2 shortstop. Nope. That's a single. And then a 2-run double by Tom Verizon. And that's 2 gift runs for your Tigers. Bill Freehan homer. And meanwhile, the Expos can't figure out Gary Gentry? Really? And Bob Veal and Jerry Johnson? Now, John Hiller did close the game out, but it was already 5-2 by then. But, well, what giveth, what taketh away. The Tigers have reclaimed home field with a 5-2 victory. And in Game 4, it's about to get worse for the Expos. Dave Lemanchek? You can't beat Dave Lemanchek? Tigers come out with a triple, a walk, a single, a walk, a ground ball. That's 3 runs. 4th inning, a walk, double, an error by the shortstop, McKelleher, who's a 2. Yep, cost another run. Get a 1 shortstop? Do they make 0 shortstops? Do they make shortstops who it's an automatic out and just get that, whatever that is? Go find that. I don't care if it's 112. I don't care if that shortstop hits 071. If you're a... just get somebody who can play shortstop, please. Jerry Terrell, triple. Al Kaline, a single. He's washed up. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not washed up. Nor is Horton or Freehan or McAuliffe or Cash or Northrup or all the old 68 Tigers. They roll. They win this one 6-5. And they have a 3-1 series lead. So now let's take a look at the overall standings. So, in the other series, Baltimore, we talked about in the American League, no one's really running away with anything. Well, then suddenly, Baltimore took 4 out of 5 from the Red Sox, and they look pretty darn good in the American League. And 21-14. And now you got the Tigers. Now we got 2 baseball teams suddenly playing 600 baseball. And the Expos, and even the Red Sox, the Red Sox are at 500, and the Expos are there right now, need a win or 2 or 3 or 4. They basically need to win the next 4 games, do the Expos. If they win the next 4 games, they'd be in first. With more baseball, of course, still to play. But right now, looking like Orioles. It's looking a lot like Orioles-Tigers again, folks. I mean, tradition. It says something for tradition. You know, teams that were in near the playoffs at this time. 72 Tigers, 73 Orioles, 74 Orioles, you know. And before. Game 5 in Expo Land. It's a repeat of game number 1. It's Mark Fidrich. 76 rookie card, brilliant, 19-game winner, 2.34 ERA in 250 innings. A seamless transition at the top of the Tiger rotation with Mickey Lolich gladly moving into the 2 spot, taking the pressure off of Mickey. Now he doesn't have to face the best pitcher in the other team all the time, so that bodes well for Mickey. And for the Expos, it's Steve Renko, a 15-game winner in 73, arguably his best year, really, a 2.81 ERA, 250 innings. Of course, he lost 16-0 to Fidrich the first time they met. So that is the setup today. Can the Expos pull out a game or 2 or 3 or 4? Leading off for the Tigers, it's Ron LaFleur. 110 is a base hit. He has been running a lot in this series. He's going to attempt a steal. And he's out on a 17. That's the first time Gary Carter has gunned him down. And took him 5 games to do it. Dick McAuliffe, 67's a strikeout. And Willie Horton, 37's a K. Bottom of the first, it's Jerry White. 37, flies to right. Ron Hunt, 66, lines the first. Bob Bailey, 1-8. 1-8, homer 1-3, fly ball, and he catches a home run! Big break, homer 1-3, fly ball. And that might be the break to get the Expos kickstarted a little bit here. Finally, some luck, some fortune. Mike Jorgensen, 37's a walk. By the way, those two gentlemen have swapped spots in the lineup for the first time all year. Expos have baked in that lineup all year long with Jorgensen third and Bailey fourth. We flipped it today. With the flip, Bailey gets a homer and Jorgensen reaches. And now batting fifth, Gary Carter. First time he's batted fifth all year. 2-5, grounds is short. Top of the second, it's Norm Cash. 47 is a walk. Bill Freehand, 65, flies to center. Jim Northrup, 63. First X, first baseman is, oh, this is a double play. 1E2. Yeah, it better be a double play. Don't think Jorgensen's missed a play yet. He's never made an error, or, yeah. 1E2's almost impossible to get an error. Bottom of the second, it's Ellis Valentine. 48 is a walk. Ace Steeler, Ron Fairley. He's going to hit and run. Try something different here. And he rolls a 10, and that's a pop out. All right, Lee Stanton. 67 is a K. And you know what? Tito Valentine's going to attempt to steal with 2 outs. He makes it on a 6. He's at second now. For Larry Parrish. And Larry Parrish is playing shortstop today first. His rookie card. Second, third, and short. And they need that because of, well, what's the point of a 2 shortstop if you can't field, right? You might as well just go with a 40-48 at that point. Larry Parrish, 47, is a single chance off Fitterich on an 8th, but he cannot get it. 1 zip into the third. We go. It's Mickey Stanley. 34 rolls to short. Tom Verizor, 63. Second X. Second baseman Hunt is a 4-18. Makes the play. And Dave Chalk, 5'11", is a K. Nice start for Renko. Bottom of the third, it's Jerry White. 63. Pitcher X, Fitterich is an E0. Still have to roll for road pitchers. And he's out. If you're wondering why I'm saying that, one of my home field advantage rules, E0 home pitchers, I just call it an automatic GBA. Speeds the game up and gives a little advantage. Many various different home field advantages I employ. Ron Hunt, 56, center. And with 2 outs, Bob Bailey. 2 nines a walk. Mike Jorgensen, 1-8 single. So Bailey and Jorgensen have reached 4 times in 4 tries. And Gary Carter, 58, pops to short. Well, they have a lead. It's a small one, 1 zip. Into the 4th. It'll be LaFleur. 55, homer 1-3 fly ball. He misses that one. That's the difference of the game. One guy made a homer 1-3. The other team, of course, did. Dick McCullough, 69, center. Willie Horton, here's a who. 3-10 walk. And with 2 outs, man on for Norm Cash. 54 off the Renko card. Hit the column. Oh boy. Homer 1-18. And it's gone. And just like that, we're back to 68, folks. 37, 40 homers for Norm Cash. Whatever he did, I can't remember. Of course, he had 19 in 1973. Hardly backsliding there. 2 outs, two in, and it's Bill Freehand. 412 is a comebacker to the mound. Fitterich has a 2-1 lead, as he's a starter 9 also. Tito Valentine, 612, comebacker to the mound. Ron Fairley, 1-2, rolls a short. Lee Stanton, 1-5 is a walk. C. Steeler, plus 2-arm catcher. Let's attempt a stolen base. He's safe. He's in scoring position for Larry Parrish. 48's a walk. 2 men on now. Fitterich in a little bit of trouble. He's had trouble the whole game. He's put a walked a guy in every inning, which is odd because he had very good control in this rookie card. But Jerry White, 55, short X. Your shortstop is Verizor, a 344. And of course, so yeah, the 344 shortstop has no problems for ground balls, but the 2 shortstop of the Expos cost his team a game. So, like I said, folks, some teams are just luckier than the other team. You know, it's kind of the way. I don't really recall, unless you want to call the losing the World Series. Those are probably the biggest heartbreak for the Detroit Tigers and Strat. Granted, they lost 4 out of 5 to the Mets. That's hardly heartbreaking. But they lost a tough 7-gamer to the Pirates. 7-game series. In what would have been the 1971 World Series. In our replay, the Tigers beat Baltimore. So it turned out to be Steve Blass in Game 7 beat Mickey Lolich instead of Mike Cuellar. And I just happen to remember that, folks. That's, yeah. But anyway, yeah, 2-1 game in the 5th we go. Jim Northrup. 2-5, let's take a look at the Jim Northrup card. 307, 12 dingers, 450 plate appearances, still good range arm. Doesn't hit lefties as good as he used to. 2-5, triple, 1-16, and he gets it. The infield will come up for Mickey Stanley. 46 is a walk, Ranko in trouble. Up and hold for Verizon. 68 is a sac fly to right, and it's now 3-1. Play back, man on a 1 out for Dave Chalk. That's a 5-4-3 double play. Well, 3-1 Tigers, bottom of the 5th. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Okay. Bottom of the 5th, Expos. Get off the mat. Not only get off the mat, you'll be under 500. And now you're even looking at not making the playoffs. So, yeah. You've lost, what? They're 1-4, 2-4. They're 2-7 versus the Tigers. Sometimes it's simply the team you're playing you don't match up well. I think they beat the Indians, and I think they did well against the Ohio players, but they just don't match up well for whatever reason against Detroit. Bottom of the 5th. It's Ron Hunt. 1-9's a base hit. Your tie run is Bob Bailey. He's reached twice. 2-6 is a K. Mike Jorgensen. 2-6 is a walk. 2 on, 1 out. Playing back for the kid, Gary Carter. 3-11 is a fielder's choice. Runners on the corners for Ellis Valentine. 68 is a pop to second. You know, Fitterich is no slouch. It's the reason the kid won 19 games and a 2.30 ERA. Looking at the Expo pitching staff, you know, Rogers is outstanding, but McNally's okay. Ranko's a little bit better than okay. Worth and that's what. Really, Fitterich and Lolich. But, yeah, I don't know. Just don't know about this series here. We go to the 6th inning. Was really expecting some competition and not getting it. Ron LaFleur. 59, second. Dick McAuliffe, 1-9, flies to center. And Willie Horton, 47's a K. Bottom of the 6th, it'll be Ron Fairley. 38, grounds the 3rd. Lee Stanton, 1-8. Let's take a look at a card. And it would be Lee Stanton, a free agent. Was originally a California Angel. He was traded to Baltimore, and then Baltimore traded him to the Expos. And really, it's a nice card for him in 74. A 267 average, 11 home runs. But the range and arm in center field, you know, initially I just thought he was a corner outfielder. Then I realized, oh, wait a minute, he's a 2 in center field as well. That's a weapon where you can get a -3 arm in center as a 2. And that's why he's been there all year. 1-8 is gone. He'll hold the seat warm until Andre Dawson arrives, which might be in a year or two. 3-2 game, 1 out in the 6th, Larry Parrish. 44 off Fitter's card, homer 1 fly ball, and he gets a fly ball. And back up top of Jerry White. 1-8's a base hit. You want to attempt to steal with 2 outs? Sure, you got a +2 on a free hand. He's in there. Tying run and scoring position for Ron Hunt. 4-10 off Fitter to center X, but it's LaFleur. He's a 3-13 in center field. And that great Detroit defense, the gold, yeah, Gold gloves of Tom Verizon and Ron LaFleur. I'm just kidding, folks. End of the innings. And the Tigers still lead 3-2 in the 7th. They're like, defense, schmefense, or whatever. They don't seem to be overly concerned about that. Top of the 7th inning, Ranko, he's a starter 7. Do you want to start turning some guys around here? I mean, we have an amazing bullpen of Dale Murray and Bob Reynolds, but let's call it a day after 6 for Ranko. Remember, he got blasted last time, and it's still a winnable game here. It's a one-run game, so let's not have him get knocked around in the 7th. And we got some lefties coming up. Let's go Mickey Scott. He was an Angel in 76 with a 3.23 ERA. He'll come on in the 7th to possibly get Norm Cash out of the game. And Norm Cash looks over and like, no, you're fine, Norm. Norm doesn't have a hit on his card or power anymore, but he's going to swing away anyway. So he's still a reasonable defensive first baseman. 69 pops to third. Now you got Freehand. 4-4 as 4-4 off Mickey Scott is gone. And there we go again with the Tigers. 4-2. Well, if the insurance run, Jim Northrup isn't going anywhere. He'll stick around. 2-8 is a walk, and I think, yeah, that we're getting rid of this Mickey Scott. That didn't work. Nothing seems to ever work with the Expos against the Tigers. It is just a nightmare. So Scott leaves. He's a situational lefty, and he's just faced 2 out of 3 of them and didn't do very well. Got to go Bullet Bob Reynolds here. He's pitched a lot of innings this year, but he can. He's a relief 4. 7-5, .86 ERA in 111 innings. Bob Reynolds will come on now. 1 out, a man on, and face Mickey Stanley. 111, Mickey Stanley pops to second. And with 2 outs, Tom Verizon. 2-6, double 1 single, and he gets the double on the double 1. Second and third, Dave Chalk. 3-6 flies to center field, and that's the end of the inning. Tigers actually are going to put a couple new guys in here. They're going to put Jerry Moses in for the catcher, better defensive catcher. They're going to get Al Kaline in the outfield, move Mickey Stanley into center, put him in right for LaFleur. All Tiger defense with 9 outs to get to win this series, 4-1, and take command of the American League North. Fidrich, starter 9, isn't going anywhere. Stretch time here in Expo Land. We are enjoying the Songs of Love and Hate, the third one from Leonard Cohen, 1971. After the brilliant Songs of Leonard Cohen, the Suzanne LP, and then the Bird on the Wire one after that. Joan of Arc, Love Calls You By Your Name, and Avalanche. The big hits here. Great LP, the third one in the canon of Mr. Cohen. Back to the game. Bottom of the 7th inning. Fidrich continues. It'll be Bob Bailey. 111 grounds to short. Mike Jorgensen, 1-6. Let's take a look at the Jorgensen card. The great Mike Jorgensen card of 1974. 310, 11 homers, had 70 walks in under 300 at-bats as well. So he gets on base, doesn't end in double plays. He's a 1E2. And if you feel like it, you can stick him in the outfield as a 3. Don't know why you would if he's a 1 at first, but you can. Just saying. Great card for Jorgensen. Lefties or righties, it doesn't matter. Outstanding card. They'll have this card for one more year next year, then he'll turn into Mike Jorgensen after that. 1-6, homer 1, double. All right, your tying run is stepping into the box. It's the kid, Gary Carter. 69 off Fidrich does a pop to third, and with 2 outs, Ellis Valentine. 68, same thing, pops to second base. My goodness. Can't get any traction, anything going here. 4-2 game into the 8th. Bullet Bob Reynolds will continue. It'll be Al Kaline, the new outfielder for LaFleur. 2-4. Rolls to the mound. Dick McAuliffe, 68, pops to first. And Willie Horton, here's a who. 36 is a walk. Now you got Norm Cash. 110 flies to right field. Bottom of the 8th inning. Fitterich isn't going anywhere as a starter 9. John Hiller's warming. John Hiller, I mean, is he a relief 3 or 2? He's a relief 3. So we're good, theoretically, through 12 innings with Fitterich and Hiller, if it were to go that far. Yeah. Anyway, bottom of the 8th, it's Ron Fairley. 2-11, Ron unfairly. This Tiger Expo thing is just 47, single 108. Nope. And Larry Parrish, 68. 4-2. It might as well be 14-2. It just seems like there is just no juice in the Expos anymore. They're about to lose 8 of 10 to the Tigers. It's not like I hate the Tigers, folks. You know I love the Tigers, but it's just like they keep not losing. They don't like to lose, but they don't lose baseball games very often. I don't know. I think the Tigers' winning percentage over the last 6 carryover league seasons might be up there between them, Baltimore, and Oakland. Those 3 teams, it could be the Tigers because again they've been to 3 World Series. They beat the Dodgers in a World Series, they lost to the Mets in a World Series, and they lost to the Pirates in a World Series. But Baltimore's only been to 1 in our carryover league. Oakland's been to 2. They played the Reds twice and split with them in our recreation. So, we go to the 9th. We got to go to Dale Murray so you can see his wonderful card in an elimination kind of moment here. Dale Murray, about to lose 4 out of 5 twice. Comes on in the 9th inning. Murray with a 1.03 ERA in 1974 makes him one of the greatest closers in the game. Him and probably Goose Gossage are the 2 best, I would guess. Mike Marshall, Al Rabowski's in there in some order. 9th inning, it's Jerry Moses. All swing away. 1-6 is a strikeout. Jim Northrup. 55, short X. Larry Parrish, first ball hit to him all game. 40-48 at short, but he makes a play, so there's a break. About time the Expos get something. And Mickey Stanley, 47, is a walk. If you're wondering do I seem like I'm really like a homer for the Expos, well, I mean, I just want a more competitive outcome for a team that was just... I don't like to see a team fade this horribly. It's bad for the sport. Tom Verizor, 34, pops to first. And if they lose this game right now, we're going to go through the Expo season and see what has happened. Fitterich is going for a complete game. 4-2. Puts a couple guys on. We'll get him out of there to protect him from a loss and put Hiller in there. We got the top of the Expo lineup. All the Tiger defense is in. Hiller's ready and waiting. Leading off in the 9th, it's Jerry White. 2-4, rolls the 3rd. Ron Hunt, lean into one. Ron get hit by the pitch. Nope. Yeah, he does. Take a look. I didn't think it was there on a 2-7. Let's take a look at the Ron Hunt card. If you're wondering, nope, 72 was the year he set the record for hit by pitches. But 73, he probably led the league as well with a lesser number. And yeah, he's got hit by pitches on 3-7 and 2-7 against righties, and that's an important part of the game right there. We got the tie run coming up. Hunt will go down to second without a throw. Catcher's indifference because no point holding him on. And your tie run is Bob Bailey, who homered in the first inning, and the fans are on their feet because Bob Bailey's really been the best player on the Expo offense this year. Here's the pitch to Bob Bailey. 66 off Fitterich is a liner to first. A lot of Xing on Fitterich I've noticed today as well. We've been all over Fitterich's card, but not in the 4 column. We missed a homer 1 fly ball, of course. And it comes down to Mike Jorgensen. Now, Fitterich has had a lot of problems today with this dude. A walk, a single, a walk, and a double. Mike Jorgensen, or the Expos are below 500. Here's the pitch to Mike Jorgensen. 58 is a pop to third. That might be the first complete game of the year for Mark Fitter's a starter 9. And why is that interesting? They've been pulling him because the Tigers have been winning so much. They don't want to wear the kid out like the traditional Tiger team did. Fitterich complete game, 4-2 victory. We're going to take this right to the autopsy or to find out exactly what the heck has gone wrong with the Expos. My goodness. Dale Murray walked, gave up a walk and a strikeout. Nicky Scott gave up a solo home run and a walk. Bob Reynolds hitting a walk. Ranko loses another one. Oh boy. Only gave up 3 hits and 3 runs. 2-run homer after a walk, a triple walk and a sac fly. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Fitterich complete game. 6 hits, 2 runs allowed, 1 in the first, 1 in the sixth on the long ball. 7 walks, 2 strikeouts. That's not good, but got the job done. My goodness. Just, whew. Did not see this coming. Little blindsided by all this. 1009, 0109, 4526. 4526, 6572, 7265. So, Boston beat Baltimore 4-3 before the All-Star break. And then in the rematch, the Orioles came back. So, it's hard to beat a team. What's that notion? It's hard to beat a team twice in a football season or whatever. It's hard to do the same thing unless you're the Tigers, I guess. 1009, 0109, 4526, 6572, 7265. Wow. 4-1. We'll take this all the way through to the end here so you can see how we set up the brackets and so forth. Do the stats first. And actually, this Tiger team statistic, I mean, their win-loss record might be better than when they went to the World Series against the Pirates a couple years ago. Let's do the Expos first. The Expos are now 15-16, hitting .245 with a .392 ERA. Don't blame Dale Murray. He's getting up 1 run in 16 innings with 8 saves. Steve Rogers is 5-2 with a complete game. Bob Bailey has 7 homers and 22 RBIs. Mike Jorgensen, he is 30 for 109. Jerry White's 37 for 133. All the other pitchers have losing records except for Bob Reynolds. So that's kind of mediocre, folks. They've scored 129 runs, given up 138. So that's, the net run differential is for a losing team. Let's move on. Tigers are now up to 259 with a 3.39 ERA. Great pitching. Fitter 7-3, 4 complete games actually. That was his first one. But he has 10 decisions. Lolich is 2-4. Gary Gentry and Dave LeManchek are 7-4 combined. I don't get it. They're awful, in my opinion. But hey, it's getting the job done. John Hiller's got 7 saves in 31 games. The 19-12 Tigers. Now they're tied with Baltimore for the best record in the American League. Home runs, you got Verizon, who had 7. Horton and Freehan each have 6. Leading hitter, is it going to be LaFleur? That would be a good story if it is. Yeah, LaFleur's hitting .313 with 14 stolen bases. He's gelled well. We didn't know what to do with LaFleur. I mean, he's got a great batting average, doesn't draw a lot of walks, so we're thinking just stick him in the leadoff spot like he was, but we experimented with putting him in a 3-hole just to see what would happen with a guy with a high batting average batting third, which we like to have. And the Tigers, I don't know, they experiment, and for them it works at least. We come to this, and we plug the result in, and Detroit wins this 4-1. A year ago they were 20-16. Now they're 19-12. And they played the Expos a year ago. The Expos are 18-17, and now they're 15-16. My goodness. When we look at the overall stats here, there it is. Tigers at 6-13 ball. Tigers and Orioles seem to have it. You know, unless they collapse, they have destiny in their own hands. They're in control of things. The other divisions are still. This division should be a lot of fun. Twins, White Sox, and so forth. The A's technically have a small lead, but it doesn't really matter. Those teams are terrible. In the West. And again, let's go look at the. I'm curious about how the Expos season has played out. So they opened up with Texas and then Ohio and Cleveland. So against Texas, they started 2-3. Then the first divisional rivals, they went 4-3. So that makes them 6-6. And then against their next rival, Cleveland, they swept them 4 straight. They swept Cleveland 4 straight, but lost 8 of 10 to the Tigers. Oh, you got to hate that if you're a Cleveland fan. That's like a negative 10 in the overall standings just because of what the Expos inclusion to this division has done, right? And then after that, they lost the 2 straight to the Cubs. They had one more series in there. They played Kansas City. They swept the Kansas City Royals 3 straight. But then they fell to the Tigers twice. Looking at the overall standings again, let's take the look at the Cleveland scenario here. Cleveland would be 14-9 if the Expos weren't in their division, and the Tigers would be 11-10. Yeah, so the Indians would be in first place, but the Expos have sort of played the division into the Tigers are up here and the Indians are down there. So that's an interesting scoop. The good news is that now the Expos are technically in last place, so there is a mathematical chance that the Indians and Ohio players could both advance when they play in the elimination bracket. The calculus has to be recalculated to factor in. We can do it right here. So +1 and 0 is +1, and you get a -1. Yeah, I think there is a scenario where the Indians and Ohio players play a quantity of games that neither is more than a game under 500. For instance, say the Ohio players win 4-3. Then the Indians are at 500. Ohio's +1. But that's good for the Indians because the Expos would be eliminated a game under 500. So these situations pop up in the elimination bracket as we continue in the tournament. So the Expos, they got to watch TV now to see if they play again. They may get eliminated depending on what happens in the Indian-Ohio player series. But it'll be a while before we play that series after we get through the top first and second place teams playing. All right, that's it today, folks. Break up the Detroit Tigers. They keep doing this, defying age and shattering my expectations. I keep thinking they're going to fold or falter. They never seem to do that. Thanks for checking this out. We'll see you next time.